Hello, everyone. We're back again. Another episode of Shop Talk, the business and the culture of cigars from the point of a tobacconist. That's me. I am Edwina Brown, owner and operator of Blow and Smoke Cigar Lounge located in Lancaster, Texas. That is about 15, 20 minutes, I should say, south of Dallas, Texas. If you're ever in the area, come by and check us out. So these episodes are geared towards just educating anyone, everyone, whether you are a consumer, you're an enthusiast, aficionada, or maybe in the future you would love to have your very own cigar shop. That's what these episodes are about. So it doesn't matter who you are, we have something for you. Today I am smoking a Nova Platinum Batch Toro. It's one of my faves, probably in my top five so far, in my top five cigars, everyday cigars for me to smoke any time of day. This cigar has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper and Dominican binder and filler. Shout out to Leo, owner and the mastermind behind Platinum Nova Cigars. Actually had an opportunity to bless our building, to bless us with her presence a few weeks ago. She stopped by, was able to educate our customers on some of her blends. We currently carry maybe 5 or 6 of her different blends, her SKUs in our humidor. So when you come in, ask for a Nova. You may look for teal box. All right, it's a teal box, the only teal box that's in our humidor. Check out Nova the next time you're in. Today we are going to be discussing something very interesting. This issue occurs maybe daily. People coming in, questioning our cigar prices, questioning why this one may be cheaper or more expensive than another shop. So today we're going to talk about why cigar prices may differ shop to shop. Why cigar prices are different from shop to shop. All right, so get your cigar, get your pen and paper if you want to take some notes, get your drink of choice. Today, good old water for me and this nice Platinum Nova Batch Toro cigar. And let's dive right into it. Why cigar prices differ from shop to shop. Shop Talk, get ready. Here we go. Hello everyone, Evie here. Welcome to Blow and Smoke Cigar Lounge. Here we go, family. So, why cigar prices may differ from shop to shop. 4 points today. 2 of them are very similar. I'll tell you a quick story, and this story will kind of be the preface and foundation of where we go from here. A few months ago, we had the opportunity to bring in a very special cigar. I'll keep that name off of this show just because it's Nova today. But that cigar, we were able to get our hands on it about 2 months before it was released. And we publicized that we would have this cigar at one of our biggest events of the year. And a customer through one of our social media outlets and platforms, they reached out and said they wanted to buy a box. So at that time, we were only allotted X amount of boxes for that show for this particular cigar. So when I sent back the box total and the price of the box, they had a question on why it would be this price. So let's just say, for example, it was going to be $200. So they said that they saw that the price of the box was $170. Let's just give it a number. Was $170 on a particular cigar outlet. So we'll just keep everything political today. So I then tell them, well, in my shop, this is the price that we're going to have the cigar times 25 cigars in that box. I'll give you a discount because you're buying the box in full, and this is how we got to the 200 per se. So they came back with something else and why they felt like it should be honored on what they saw on the internet. So instead of going into this long rebuttal or soliloquy or whatever you want to call it, and why my price would be $200 instead of $170 that they saw on the internet, I just said, hey, If you would like to purchase it, it's $200. I can handle that via these outlets. I could do it over the phone, however you would like, but that's the price that it's going to be for my shop. If not, it's okay. It'll be available to sell during that day, and I can't guarantee that it will be here by the time you get here. So with that being said, that story is what ignited me to talk about this subject, why cigar prices may differ from shop to shop. 4 points. All right, point number 1. Every tobacconist has the authority to set their own prices, point blank and period. As being self-employed, I've stepped away from the 9-to-5, corporate America, whatever you may call it, and you now work for yourself. In a nutshell, that means that you get to make rules, regulations. You build your own blueprint from scratch, most times from experience. So as a tobacconist, we do have the privilege to set our own prices depending on the price that we're able to buy those goods. So we have that authority. One of the things that goes into that authority is the relationships that you build. When you build these relationships, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you are able to negotiate different rates. There are some companies, mostly the more established companies, as we're all working towards being more established, but you're able to negotiate a different price. Sometimes the negotiation happens in your mouthpiece. Sometimes it happens with the better relationships that you have in the industry, which is why PCA, TPE, and all of these trade shows are important, so that you can build those relationships and get in front of these people. Another negotiation tactic is buying power. We all would like to have more money, more operating capital, to where we're able to turn some of the funds in rebuy and not just pay out in payroll, pay out in ownership shares, but you want to be able to reinvest back into your business. Sometimes you're able to buy in bulk 50, 100, 200 boxes of cigars. When you're buying with that strength and that magnitude, you are able to negotiate at a rate faster than someone that's a onesie twosie buyer. And nothing against them, because I sometimes onesie twosie from different distributors, but the more you buy, that's like with anything, the more you buy, the more you're able to save, the more you're able to even negotiate a better rate. We also have to think about what we call inside of our humidor, we call real estate. Every slot on that shelf is a piece of real estate. You may operate as a real estate agent in 1 minute, and then the next minute you're operating as a real estate investor. So you have to figure out what piece of property, what said cigar is going to flip or move at a faster rate than the other. And once you can kind of pin that down by experience, then you know which cigars to purchase, as well as, an investor. If I am buying your cigar, I am buying your house, your build. I am buying this piece of property. What can I put on that piece of property, shelf space, that will yield me the best and the most return? Okay, so those are some of the things that we have to think about, but we absolutely have the authority to make the decision on what we put on that shelf and the price that we place that cigar that is on that shelf. Number 2, product availability in close proximity. Going back to the example that I gave you earlier of the cigar that we were able to get 2 months before it hit the market, because that cigar is or was going to be in high demand, and I'm not talking about raise your prices through the roof or anything like that. We're talking about 5 cents to 50 cents to 75 cents over Keystone, something like that. Sometimes it might be 50 cents or 75 cents under Keystone. But in this case, we were able to put a little addition to it because no one else in the area would be able to get that cigar for another 2 months. And then knowing what that cigar was, unless you have a direct account with that company, it's going to be harder for you to get that cigar. So basically who else in the area has the cigar. If not a lot of people in your area has the cigar, then you're able to fluctuate a little bit with your prices. If a consumer has to drive 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles just to get that cigar because it's in high demand, I think they would rather save on their gas tank, come in here, buy that cigar for 25 cents more than they would at the nearest cigar shop, which may be 30 miles away. All right, so the product availability in close proximity. Number 3 of why cigar prices may differ from shop to shop. The middleman. Number 3 is the middleman. I think that you may want to cut out the middleman. It's not always good, but it does help in this case. Any account that I have, Nova for example, I would love to work directly with Leo. I would love to work directly with the owner, which sometimes, a lot of times is the master blender, sometimes not, but you would want to work directly with the company. If you have to go through a middleman, which we call as tobacconists, our distributing partners, if you have to go through a distributor in order to get your cigars, of course they have to make money. So then from the price, the wholesale price that they're able to get the cigar at, then of course they mark it up a little bit so that they can make money and then resell it. So by the time it gets down to me as a tobacconist, a cigar shop, it may be $5 to $30 overpriced over the wholesale price. So if I could cut that amount off and just work directly and get a true wholesale, then that's another way that my cigar prices could be close to what the internet says, close to maybe what you're reading online or what you're finding on these different, I'm not going to name any names, but whatever you may see online, that may be a reason of why cigar prices fluctuate. The goal is to work directly, but the middleman sometimes can help you. You may pay $5, $10 over, but they're connecting you with another account that you may not have access to. They may connect you to another brand of cigars that you may not have access to yet. So although we want to cut the middleman for prices, we don't want to cut them for relationship. So number 3 is the middleman. And number 4, our last point today of why cigar prices may differ from shop to shop. If that shop or that store is a multi-store shop, they may have franchised, they may have duplicated themselves. If they are a multi-store shop or a bar, that's why you may see a fluctuation in cigar prices more times than not on the lower end. So their cigars may be cheaper. Why? Because they're making money not just from shop number 1, but they're making it from shop number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many shops they may have. They're able to balance out the revenue that is earned from these different shops to help you on that said cigar price. So they're leveraging, we talked about real estate, they're leveraging more land, right? More land. So because we have 5 properties, we're able to help you out in getting this cigar, this home in real estate, but getting this cigar at a cheaper rate. And then when you talk about bars, cigar prices are probably cheaper at a bar or restaurant because the bulk of their money they're making off the bar or they're making off of food. So then cigar more than likely is falling second or third on the revenue expense report, and so they're able to help you out as well on those cigar prices by making them a little bit cheaper, by making cigars available. We really want you to come in here and buy our liquor. We really want you to come in here and buy our food, and then we have cigars available. Okay, so that multi-store or that bar can also help you out on cigar prices, and that's why you may see a difference between shop to shop, from my shop to the next shop. If that multi-store is buying in bulk, I would almost guarantee they are, because they're buying 100 boxes, 200 boxes, they're buying in bulk. They're able to, which takes me back to my first point, to negotiate a better rate, to negotiate a better deal, because they're buying more cigars than the onesie twosie store or the 5-box buyer store. Okay, so the more you buy, the more you're able to sell. So multi-stores can help you to save on your cigar prices, which helps When you put it in that humidor, it helps you to mark that cigar down to make it seem like, oh, this is a cheap cigar compared to the cigar shop that's 10 miles up the road. Well, hey, yeah, but you also have 3 or 4 stores. So number 4, and my last point for today is multi-store or bar location. All right. I hope this helped you. Again, I'm Edwina Brown from Blowing Smoke Cigar Lounge. This is another episode of Shop Talk, the business and culture of cigars, where we talk all things from the point of a tobacconist. Today, why cigar prices are different from shop to shop. I hope it helped. I hope to see you soon. Come check us out, 1604 North Interstate 35E in Lancaster, Texas. We'll see you.